Hi, my name is Alex Fensky. I'm the lead agent for the Chicago Southland Homes team and the team leader for Keller Williams Elite. And I wanted to answer a common question today, which I get a lot. Should I join a team? Well, there is no one answer, but I wanted to walk through some of what a team provides for the agents that are on it that the agent wouldn't get if they weren't on the team. That way you can see a good summary of what it is that would be in it for you. And so I want to use a model called the 5 pillars of value in order to explain that. So the 5 pillars of value, I'm just going to draw, they're not going to be great pillars. We're just going to start with pillar number 1. This is just a little bit of value. See, that's why it's small. Pillar number 1 is personality. Sounds pretty weak, right? But honestly, if you were joining a team, would you want to join a team, an organization that was led by somebody that you didn't like, that you didn't want to follow? Well, no, of course not. So there's something to be said for joining forces with someone who's in the industry that you're in, who's well respected, has a good reputation, somebody that you want to mimic your business after, and so someone you would choose to follow. And so the first pillar of value that a team could provide to you is that it's led by someone that you would choose to follow. And so I'm just going to write a P above that one. That stands for personality. Now, if that's all the team offers you, it's not worth very much. A team that only offers that would have a really hard time attracting agents. And if they were able to attract them, they'd have a hard time keeping them. So at that stage, a team's not ready to be a team. The next pillar, though, that was a little bit bigger. The second pillar of value is training. Now, at Keller Williams, this company provides world-class training. And by world-class, I mean it's been ranked #1 best training company in the world by Training Magazine, placed into their Hall of Fame. So many accolades around that. A team is not going to provide you better training than that. But they can provide you additional training. And for understanding that, think about, when you're in a classroom, you can learn out of the book, and you may even do some exercises. Most of our training offers interactive and live action. You're going to actually do something in the class. And yet, when you go back to go to your day-to-day work and implement that, there's still going to be some gaps where the rubber meets the road. And so I like to think of the training that a team provides as additional training about implementation and customization of all the tools and methods and techniques that you can learn in the classroom. They're already plug and play, ready to go, pick it up and use it on a team. And so the team providing training is a bit more value. They're also involved with training. You could also consider this to be coaching and accountability, just general leadership, active leadership, where the team, through its lead agent or maybe through other agents that are in leadership roles on the team, are providing you with valuable training, coaching, and accountability around earning your income. That'd be the second pillar. But still, these are not very high pillars. There's something. But if that's all a team provides, there's a lot left to be desired. The third pillar, this is the one where things start to get kind of real, because this one is administrative support. Before a team brings on any other agents to help create more sales, that presupposes that that agent has gotten to a point, that the lead agent for the team or the team owner has gotten to a point where they've got more business they can handle. But before they go and add more agents, what they need to add is back office support, an operations team, people who are going to do all the database management, run the marketing, prepare all the client files, report all the compliance to your office to get paid. They're going to process all the contract to close tasks that need to be done. They're going to take care of everything that's not sales activity. And only after they've got those people in place is that agent ready to add more agents to their team. So when you go and look at a team, you should be seeing that they have full administrative support in place. Now, this is something that you're really not going to get somewhere else. So now we're starting to get into where this really is valuable. Good person to follow is a little bit valuable. More training, more coaching accountability, that's valuable, but may not be enough to inspire you to join a team. Full administrative support where all you have to do are sales activities Yeah, news for you. The highest dollar producing activities there are sales activities. So the more time you spend in those, the more money you make. And you don't have to pay these people, you don't cut their checks, you don't pay their salaries. You just get to focus on your sales activity and earn more income by doing that and never having to worry about all the other things that are being taken care of for you. That's pretty valuable. But it still isn't quite there for us to be able to run a sustainable team model that results in growth and profit for the team, as well as increased income for the team member beyond what they could earn on their own. And that's where the fourth pillar of value comes into play. That is called leads. This entire business is driven on your ability to generate and convert leads. And no matter what your goal is, as big as it is, you can always accomplish it if you can just generate enough leads in order to close the number of deals you need to close in order to reach that goal. If you don't have the leads, nothing else matters. There's nothing else you can do to hit goals in real estate if you don't have that. Well, turns out that's a pretty competitive field. And generating leads is one of the most common challenges that agents encounter as they're building or especially starting a real estate business. It takes a lot to be able to get lead generation sources cranking to where they are continuously and predictably throwing off business for you to go and convert and service. And when an agent starts new in the business from another industry, they're starting with zero. You got to build everything. It's still a great career, and yet a team should already have their lead generation systems in order. And by the way, it's the operations team who's running those systems. So you can step into a business where it's already flowing, it's already there, and you just got to convert it. Now, this combination of these four pillars, to be able to be in business with someone you like, admire, and respect, get additional training beyond what's offered elsewhere, have full administrative support, and have a steady flow of leads to convert, it sounds like a pretty good deal. But wait, there's more. The final and the pinnacle of the team relationship is appointments. Now, an appointment is different than a lead because an appointment assumes that the lead has already been cultivated over time and converted to where the team member wakes up each morning, looks in their calendar and goes, let's see who I'm meeting with today. That's an appointment. Now there are not that many teams that have reached this. It's not that I could point to examples in relation to the number of teams that there are. This one takes a bit of scale to get to. It basically assumes that the team has an internal inside sales department, people who are working to cultivate and convert these leads to appointments. Now, it would stand to reason that each step along the way, the compensation agreement that team can reasonably agree to with you is going to be governed by how much of this value they're providing. So you would assume that if a team is only providing these couple of pillars of value, that you would have a higher percentage of the commission income that comes in from that team than if you were doing this. And all you did is just wake up, go on appointments, close contracts. Wake up, go on appointments, close contracts. At these higher pillars of value, you'll have a lower percentage because the team's doing more of the work. But these are higher and higher dollar productive activities to where going and converting appointments is the highest dollar productive activity you can do. And if you spend all of your time or maybe 80% of your time doing that, you don't have to do any of this other stuff, you can make a lot of money, even when the percentage is lower. So when you're looking at teams, don't think, oh, it's all about split. It's about the opportunity, the value they're providing, and the amount of income that you can earn from that value. And so think about these 5 pillars of value and even ask the team that you're talking about if this is something that they've seen and ask them what value they do provide. So I encourage you to explore all your possibilities out there and wish you the best of luck.